grips. Alright. So today, guys, we're going to go into, down into the guard position. We're starting.
Put on one of those lapels over there.
Yeah.
If you don't have a gi top, guys, it'd be good to throw your gi top on. If you don't have a gi top, grab one from the loaner rack, or it's a keeper rack if you like it. All right.
Today we're going to get into a little bit of spider guard, and it might seem a little crazy.
This is not going to be the end all be all of your spider guard life, but we're going to do a couple sweeps with spider guard. Okay. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about what you need to do with it, in case you like it and you want to keep going forward.
So today we've got our guard here, closed. We're going to grab onto his cuff grips. And the cuff grip on the sleeve looks like this. It's not a pistol grip. We're going to make this little cuffy cuff like that, so our fingers sit in, like this. So now I can move this about. We're going to do that on both sides, but we need to get our feet in the biceps. And how we do that is you can turn left or right, however you wish, but we're going to unlock, we're going to scoot our hips out. I'm keeping my right foot on his hip and my left foot hooking his hip. And I'm maintaining control of his arms. I'm going to bring my foot up to his bicep. Then I'm going to adjust, bringing my other foot up, and I can circle it into his bicep. Now I'm here, right? Now look, if I let my arms go free up like this, notice Matt's posture, right? But if I go ahead and bring my elbows down to the mat, look at his posture. This is going to be more room for him to get out of this position. If he stands up, for Matt to get, he feels, how would you get out of this, Matt? Would you be able to get out of this just right here? See how he pushes that knee down, starts to compress with weight? Now if I bring my elbows into the mat, now go ahead and do that. It's more difficult, not undoable, but more difficult. And I'm creating a slight push-pull, so pushing with my feet, pulling with the grip, right? Not to the point where I strip my own grips, but just enough pressure here. Another added little thing I can do, look at my toes, they're straight up, but if I take these toes and bend them down and begin to bring my hip up off the mat, allowing my foot to put pressure on his bicep, all I've done is turn my toes down and then elevated my hip a little bit. My hips are not on the mat, but this makes him bear all of my weight. From about chest down, all of it's sitting on his arms. What that does is creates pressure and less opportunity for him to escape. All right, we're here. Boom, putting that pressure. If Matt stands up and he moves to the side, I have to elevate my hips to adjust and rolling on my back, right below my shoulder blades. Walk sideways, laterally. Keep going. Notice I'm spinning, right? Yes. If I leave my hips on the mat, I don't spin anymore, and Matt starts to pass me. But I lift up, and I'm here. This is the basic way to retain this. Now look at my elbows. They're straight. If I were to do this, brings it lower. Notice he bends straight over. My toes can go down, and then we'll get into adjusting and kicking the feet out in a minute. What I want you to do is get with your partners. I want you to start in the closed guard. I want you to open, turn to one side, bring one foot up and into the bicep. The other foot goes up to the hip and into the bicep. And then I just want you to push. Push with your feet. Training partners, get feedback. Can I get this off my arms? Can I not get this off my arms? And it'll look like this. Closed guard. All the way down. I got my cuff grips. I'm going to open. I'm going to turn to one side, keeping a good pinch. I'm going to bring this on the inside. I can put the foot here. Bring this foot up. Swing this foot here. Now from here's where we're going to start. Elbows away means he's getting away. Elbows to the ground means he's down for the pound. There you go. You got it. Boom. Look at this. Boom. You're going to get him. He stands up to pass. He moves. I elevate and slide back in front and recenter. He moves. Elevate. Slide back to the center. Elbows down. We're good. My elbows start to leave me, which will happen. His posture rises and he can get away. So make sure your elbows are down. Here. All right? And that's just what I want you to do. Remember, you can use your toes here. If you feel like he's lifting up, then lift up. Then you can use your foot, Let your hips come off the mat and let that weight sink on his arm. Any questions? On three. 1, 2, 3. Where's your, go grab a D-top from over there on the rack. Just whatever one fits you. So go grab a D-top off the rack, whatever D-top fits you the best. So walk sideways.
I'm 130 pounds.
So curl one toe, one foot. This here, and as you push down with your foot a little bit, and then when you go to do that, kind of push a little bit down on those toes. See how you're there? You go. That's the. You just got to feel it. You know what I'm saying? You got to get that feeling. Just same for me. I always have to watch out. I let my elbows get away from me. There you go. The more he's bent over like that, the harder it is for him to do it. They don't have to be perfect, as long as it's some sleeves. There you go, that looks good. He's gonna work in here with you guys. It's too small.
You say he is there? You say he's gonna work in?
Yeah. Go ahead and grab it. All right. Let's circle back up. So, we're here. We're in our closed guard. We've got our cuff grips. We've decided that we're going to come into this spider guard. There's lots of ways to get in here. Boom, you can adjust it, get them open, making sure you're keeping everything nice and tight and close. Now, he stands up. Now, we've been able to control him, and now we just want to do a little more than that. All right? So, what we're going to do, we're just going to offset to a side. If you've ever seen spider guard, it looks very dynamic, and it looks, man, you got to be super flexible. And yes, for some of the spider guard moves, you do have to have a high level of flexibility. But for some basic movement, you don't necessarily have to have that much flexibility. What you do have to remember is that you need to offset them and kind of get on your hip a little bit. So one of the moves that you're going to do is as he goes to stand, let's say he tries to posture. We're going to extend our leg. We're going to lean to our side. Sometimes this is enough to knock them over, right? If you can get here, it's tough for him to come back. I'm extending it now. My arm's extended because I'm activating this move. Where I just trying to retain the grips, I would keep my elbows down. But in this case, we're here. In this scenario, we've got him off to the side. If you simply wanted to do the sweep, you could lift his leg. You could push him. Or you could go into some attacks. One that's obvious from here is bringing this over into your hip and then putting your thigh and leg behind that elbow. In essence, pinching it right here. And then applying pressure here will do that. What ends up happening a lot of times is he'll adjust. Because I don't have his wrist control, I've got his gi sleeve control. So he'll turn his thumb down, and then you can start to enter into omoplata territory, coming out, hooking over the hip, breaking him down and finishing. If you're not familiar with omoplata, don't worry about it. That's an option. When CJ teaches that to you one day, you'll learn it. Boom. We're here. Another option, if he's really trying to come up into you, man, it's coming into me, he's coming. Doesn't work? Do an armbar. These are your options from there. Sweeps and submissions, guys. Sweeps and submissions. Now, I didn't do a bunch of really wild going all over the place. I just extended my leg, turned to my hip. Bringing his foot on the inside will help you as well if you need to. If you think he's going to move up and start coming back at you, keeping that extended, keeping this pull. Nice push pull. All right? Hook. Or push that hip. All right? I never let go of his sleeves. I used him and myself to come up. In spider guard, you're going to use a lot of coming up on elbows, looking back at your wrist. And these are just kind of basics. All right? We get here, we extend one, we knock him over. Notice I don't pull this foot out until he's over. If I went here, he stopped and started coming the other way, and I'm out, right? He starts coming this way. There's a chance he could bring a leg in, start to push that off pin, and bring me down. And pass me. We don't want that. We're gonna come here. I was here. I decided to stretch. Got him over. I'm gonna keep this here if I want. I can take that leg. Come on. So play with that. If you know the submissions, work. If you don't, I want you to work on just putting pressure till they fall over. Try, your goal is to hold the sleeves and come up without letting the sleeves go. Take your time. No rush. On three. 1, 2, 3. Nice. This is the one that was closest to us. See, I always like to sleep right now.
Instead of making that range of motion movement with your
Now you see there's an ankle, he's right there, so you can bring that over. Try for the arm bar. But also work on coming all the way up without letting the sleeves go. The better you can be without letting the sleeves go, the more control you'll have over your opponent. Which way? You're pulling this way. Oh, you pushing with that. You gotta get your grips. If you get a line down this side, bicep thrust. Right. When you're straight, he's the one who's going to touch me here. Turn all the way up on your hip. All the way up on your hip. It's not right or wrong. It's all learning, right? Exactly. You might come up with anything. The lower leg. So that's the one he was just doing. You guys are working on the one as well. But this one, I just want you to extend one of them. Extend one here. There. You're all the way out. Turn to your side like that. Pull that arm. That right arm tight. And extend that leg as far as you can. Now, you can take your other foot, shoot it through, and push his hips. Hook his thigh. Whatever you need to. And you can can't sweep over it. Go. Get his shoulders turned to something. Right there. Now he's over that way. I would go for a submission. I'm the one to extend. What I do, I want to lean to one side. Watch what happens.
Now I can take this foot because this is the bench now. You can start to come up and insert the leg on your elbow. Right over on the inside. Yep. I got butterfly. Pulling this. Pull this foot off.
Last night.
Back. Alternatively, kick inside. You might be able to get your knee farther away from that stuff. It's hard. I got such a now I can take it to a top hip. Kick into it, yep. Nope, into it. On top. Turn on your side. Don't live on your side. Roll all the way to that side. Kick into this, kick into the biceps, to that side.
Did you feel like when I was doing, I was pushing the other one too? Guys, if you're having a hard time knocking them over, another thing you can do when you have your grips, you're pulling, you can use this one to push a little bit. So the opposite foot can push some if you're having a little hard time. Your body sizes are different. Look at this team over here. You got this team, perfect example of different body sizes. Extend one. You're going to extend it down as hard as you can. And I need you to turn on your side. Don't go around the side of your chest. Right? So you're extending that side. Extend it out.
Do I move that way? Yep. So, once we get to that side, now we're just out.
Right? Now, let your body over into that side. See how you just turn it? See how the shoulders are turning? Push with this foot, push this foot. There you go, you take. So you see you have to get you know you gotta come all the way. And if you need to, once he tips over, never let it go. It's gonna be difficult. This is actually really good. Working with bigger guys. Hitting on both. You guys bigger, right? You do. You know how to do it. Do that. Working into these guys.
And arm bar.
As a matter of fact,
And then the next part. So like to get back to
you guys can share.
Yep. So pick a hip first, right?
So we'll scratch? Yeah, we'll get you. We'll get you. Go ahead and work into this guy right here. Now try it with him. Let's see if there's a difference. You guys in?
Oh wait, hold on. I think this hand goes over this leg and this goes over. Try. And then I have the arm.
Let me try.
All we have to do is make sure their bottom leg is on top of our leg.
Bring this. You straighten out now. This one just your training.
So now this foot's going to go here, so I got to make sure this hand goes on top. You're not going to get this hand has up here.
Oh, I see. Now it makes sense.
Why would you not want to be nothing wrong with coming on the bicep. Safer for being in
Still like this.
I can either kick it or tip here.
I know some turn all the way up to the If he falls,
Yeah, he falls like this, and I just follow him on top.
What's so much bigger?
I'm not saying
as you're pulling yourself with those things, you're pulling yourself in.
across the midline.
A lot of people push a little, then they go into the other opposite. Ready? So lean this way all the way, touch your body weight, and then push your foot up in his armpit.
if you pull him in right here, but he stays with too big leg on top, this is not a conscious thing. So if they pull in like this, and I say, okay, I feel like an armbar's coming because you have a push with your leg, and it's shoulder, I turn down. Once I turn down, we're going to go. And then I'm going to go He's a better partner than me. If you land on me, I appreciate it. The compliment from you.
Some of the things you can do right bring your arm aside, look at your watch, and take your foot, push up and down. Sometimes give you just a little bit of nudge to knock it.
Because that's a stagnant position. It's stated.
Jaces up. If you bring your foot in,
If they make a look your movement, they're going to get swept. And so they want to stay in that space.
all right, guys, circle up.
Yeah, you can chill for a second.
All right, so some of the issues that people were having was just getting on your side and understanding that you can bump with your other foot, push. If you're not used to it, there's a learning curve to getting on your side, right? We're here. There's a learning curve to getting here. Notice my elbow comes in and I'm here. Matt's turn. If Matt doesn't want to go, he's not going to go. Don't let me go. See, look. See how he straightened me back up? I can take and push in his armpit, but I'm always, my head and my body's leaning, putting pressure on that way. Guys, there's so many different butterfly sweeps, spider guard sweeps. We're here, we can rotate. See how that turned him? Lots of different ones. These are basic setups, basic things you can do. Staying in your first piece, right? But let's say we do this and a lot of people will go to what's called a lasso sweep, all right? Some people will have a foot in the hip for spider guard with their shin in the bicep and here. They'll turn the person, they can pull this, leg comes up and over. I don't need to be flexible to do this. I'm on my side. And I come here and I pull him in, and now I'm squared back up. I have a grip, my cup grip is here, my foot's on his back. Some people will debate on, I like to take the top of my foot and pull their back. Some people will say, I just keep my foot right here. Whatever's comfortable for you, whatever works for you right now. If it works better doing this, then do that. If it works better doing this, do that. The point is, you've locked him in, he's here, right? It's tough for him to pull this out. Elbow comes down, and I've got his grip. If I start to let this slack, he's gonna walk his hand underneath, and I lose the grip. I keep this nice and tight. Now watch this sneaky maneuver here we're gonna do. Matt says, oh, this is nothing, I'm gonna pass your guard. I even let my foot slip a little bit. Matt's gonna push this in as he goes to pass. Wonderful. Matt passes. I keep this tight, go to pass. And I put pressure on that arm. Lifting the pant leg. And he comes up. Alright? It looks like he's gonna pass, and this is great. And he can pass if you don't put a leg up or anything like that. One thing you can also do is what's called load them up. So it's in the belt, guys. Give him some time to get it hooked. And I shoot this here before he even tries to pass. If you found yourself in this scenario, which direction are you going to go? You're going to go that way? No, you're going to go this way. And you can pull him in, push him, pull him, load him up. Sometimes people will just pass in real heavy and come down heavy. Oh, this is great. Oh, it's so heavy. Oh, he's on my legs. Not lifting with my chest or anything. He's on across my shins, and I can extend. All right? This is key. Keep this, and then you turn, he goes. All right? One more time. Spider guard, spider guard. We're in spider guard. I come here. Matt's like, no, I don't want this. Or he comes back up. I lace it. I got the little lasso here. I'm holding on for dear life. I push him. He doesn't like it. He wants to pass my guard. I shoot this in. turn my hips. And he comes here. Okay? Any questions? Take your time, guys, and work on it. If you don't want to grab that, you want to grab his pant leg. That helps to push him over if you need it. All right? This also, be careful. When you come up, if you come up into this, I know that's wrong, and you drop your hips in, there's a good chance you're going to bicep slice them and hurt their elbow. Says the happy guy who does that. All right? Be careful. All right? On three. 1, 2, 3. You can also load it like as you as long as you got the connection that shin. Okay, you can turn that right now. Got it? So one thing you can do, turn your knee towards me, pulls him on top. Don't let him push that knee down like that. What happens is, he starts to go a little bit, punch it to the ceiling. Now turn your knee, punch it to the ceiling. Careful for that bicep slide. Oh, or not. Straighten your right leg out. Get your butt out. Pull this one to your face. Pull this one to your face. This one down and out. They know something's wrong. Don't go down tight to your body. Anything that's like you like it. Yeah, you can like that. Here's what you're going to do. Turn towards me. All the way up on your side. That's the essence of what you're going to do. Down low and you start to go fast. You just look like that way, kind of help it move.
So this one's going to go from what? You get a last
That grip. Anytime you're on that gear spot, not quite over. So that goes into my I bring it to the side. Up, over, over. You're gonna have to let him finish this one. Back to your back. There you go. Okay. Now you're here. This one, you're gonna kind of sniggly that shin go across the perfect. That hand goes usually and grab that hand. Now, as he tries to punch to the ceiling. If you need to, the hand that's on the hand, punch it to the ceiling. It's going to make that weird moment where the momentum kind of stalls. Okay.
You're 200 pounds, you fat lard.
Show us anymore. That's the part that was all over. Oh, dude. So make sure when you're here, All day.
Control you.
All right, everybody. One quick review, couple little deets, just to refresh and make sure you guys are doing this correctly. Here, boom. I'm here. This grip, you want your palm facing you. If your palm is down, it's bending your wrist, and when he goes to walk his hand away, he's gonna get underneath, he's gonna turn his palm towards my leg, and he's gonna start walking his fingers up, and it's gonna break my grip, right? So when we're here, elbow tucked, palm facing me. Now he can't turn his wrist, it's nice and secure against my thigh, all right? When I come in here, and I drop this to his hips, and I'm doing whatever, and I'm here. This pant grip on this little leg here, it's amazing. I can push pull to keep his hips down, but he says, no, I relax, he comes towards me, right? Boom, he comes in, he's gonna pass, I turn my knee out, and I punch it to the ceiling. You find yourself in that spot where the momentum carried you, and it stalls out. You might have a person a little bigger than you, you might not have balled up as much as you should have, or they're basing or doing whatever. When you get to that point where the energy kind of stalls, this is invaluable. You just punch it forward, right? As he falls, boom, you can use it, right? He falls, but boom, you fall. I can use it to pull myself up. Here, if I need to. I can let his arm go because I don't want to crush his elbow, and I come up, but I still have this. So if he goes to hip escape way to reinsert his guard, go ahead and escape. I still have some control, and I can attain a dominant position, all right? Any questions about spider guard? That is basic stuff. Maybe there's some other basics that I just didn't go over, but an intro to it. Move side to side, feet pressing down, lifting your hips to recenter. You know that if you go on your side and it's not your doing, he's probably gonna pass, all right? Also, where should your elbows be? Far away or down tight? Down tight. Only elbows go far away when you want him to go far away. Sweeping it, maneuvering it, submitting. All right? So play with it a little bit, get used to it. Those of you who've got nice, long, lengthy legs, this might be your jam. Those of you with less long and lengthy legs, you might not like it so much, but it's good to know it and the mechanics of it. The lasso is a good sweep. A lot of people set up spider guard just to go to the lasso. They don't even play around with the spider guard sweep stuff. They can set that up straight to the lasso. A lot of good stuff from there. A good way to sweep people, especially if a person's really heavy and likes to compress you down and put their weight on you. Your legs can bear that weight, and you can use that knee turn and knock them over. And once you get on top, there's nothing better than having somebody who's going to crush you or has crushed you in the past, and then you can get on top and say, "Ooh, at least I don't have to deal with that today." Right? All right. No questions? On three, let's stand up, bow out, get rolling. 1, 2, 3. All right, guys, make sure you show extra love to the purple belt line. It's gotten a little larger, you can't tell. It's up here, so, you know, show them some extra love, some congratulations. Feet together. Wow. Mr. Green.